Hi, I'm Steve Spencer from SMB Capital. Today's trading lesson is a concept that I think many are familiar with intellectually, but from a psychological or emotional standpoint are unable to execute. So I kind of wanted to walk you through a few things, and hopefully this would be helpful. So we want to identify the type of market conditions that we're in. And I'm speaking to you in the beginning of June in 2016. Recently, the market had a very strong up move late May and then began to consolidate. And from a pure price action standpoint for short-term traders, what that means is the buyers are in control. When we're trading a market where buyers are clearly in control, what we want to do is use weakness, pullbacks in the market to identifiable price levels and areas to get long. And so what I want you to do is kind of come familiar with these methodologies, and then hopefully you'll be able to go against your instincts, which are don't get in, don't buy, don't do this, and actually understand intellectually, plan in advance, and take advantage of these scenarios. So the first thing that can be helpful for you is actually writing down what you see. And one of the ways that I do this, beyond having a morning meeting each day, and if you're interested in finding more information about that, just Google Trader 90. We have a morning meeting every day for our desk where we broadcast and share the stocks that are in play and important price levels in the market. In addition to that, one of the things that I'll do is I'll share on StockTwits and Twitter what I'm seeing in the market overall. And right here you're seeing a tweet with a picture of the SPY chart, and you can see that this is on June 1st, and I said, hey, this is what I'm seeing. I very clearly show you an uptrend, and then I show the market moving sideways. This is an area, these two blue lines going across, where the market is being bought. And that way, by sharing it, by thinking it, I'm imprinting it in my brain so I understand the next time the market pulls back to that area, buy. Now, the next thing we want to do is develop a little bit of nuance. And so what I have here for you right here is a larger time frame chart in the SPY, is just kind of showing you and explaining to you what I talked at the top of the video, which is the market, after having pulled back in May, there was a very powerful two-day move that brought us up to actually these price levels. And that's kind of in the middle of the chart. You can see that little downtrend where we explode to the upside and we move from about 204 up to 208, 209 in a couple of days. Once that happens, that's my initial signal that says, wow, this is different. We were down a lot, and after moving back up a little bit, we exploded to much higher prices. That's what gets my brain thinking the buyers are now in control. And then what we see over the next week is my confirmation at points 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, that in fact the buyers are in control, and as long as we're pulling back to these important levels, that I'm going to get long in anticipation of the next breakout to the upside, where we have another kind of move similar to that one that brought us up to these levels. So I identified these 5 spots, actually different areas. The last 4, 2, 3, 4, and 5 are spots where I bought into pullbacks. And so if we break this down from just a pure price action standpoint, the first big move up that happens in the middle of the chart there, what I'm looking at is the next day, kind of what happens. And what happens is we pulled into an area right above 209, and we held. And so now I have an area, after a large move in the market, a little bit of a pullback, that's an area when we come back down there again, I'm going to look for buyers. And what I did there by labeling 2, 3, 4, and 5 is you can see at point number 2, we did actually come down to that 209, and I bought there. And then what I noticed was the next day, there was actually some buying into the dip right around the 209.30 area. So I kind of reserved that spot to buy into the next pullback that we saw to 209.30. And so there was a little bit of nuance there. And then finally, the final spot was on a day where we had the unemployment number. And I know unemployment number days is very volatile. So what I'm going to do on that day is I'm not going to buy at the higher level, the 209.30. I'm going to wait for actually a flush into the kind of the lower second blue bar, because there's a little bit more panicky, a little bit more emotions, and so I'm going to be a little bit more conservative. And so on days that there's actually events and catalysts, I'm going to be a little bit more conservative, try to get to the lower part of support, or maybe even a quick flush through and then a move back above. And on days where the market is just quiet, meandering, and doing nothing, as long as it started 50 cents or $1 above kind of the top of the support range, that's when I'm going to look to buy into that area. So a little bit more nuance to be helpful kind of in our buyback. So the basic theme is understand the market we're in. We're in a consolidating market after it's moved higher. We want to buy into those pullbacks into established support areas where there's demand for stock. And we want to understand that human nature is to talk about these things but not want to do them. And so let's write them down, let's tweet about them, let's talk to other traders so that mentally we're a little bit more emotionally prepared to actually take action when our prices trigger. Hopefully this was helpful. Thanks.
Become a member of our trading community by joining SMBU Premium. Each month, as a community, we'll work together to improve our trading with a shared hour of learning. On our trading desk in New York City, the best traders continually grow. In fact, the best traders trade to grow. SMBU Premium is packed with 12 webinars, one a month, focused on market-specific trader training that will help you become a better trader by the end of the month. Invest in yourself. Invest in your trading. As I wrote in the playbook, tomorrow you can be better than you are today. SMBU Premium. How good can you be?